bad. You're. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, yeah. We in here? I think so. Let's get these mother friggin' lights on. You know what I mean? I'll break my jaw like Zac Efron and look like that dude for a little bit. That dude looks like handsome Squidward. What's going on, beautiful people? Let me wake me up before I go. Let's get into this. I'm not sure if Loner's here. I can't tell. For some reason, the YouTube chat is not loading, but the other chats are. All right, we got a bunch of topics to get into. Everything and anything. You know how we do. We'll start recording and we'll talk about these topics. It's Monday. It's Mental Health Mondays. And there you go. And, yeah, there's no joke. Not a joke. Not one joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? I'm not starting the show with a knock, knock joke. Wow, that was like outrageously loud. No music. I'm tired of getting flagged. They gonna flag us anyway. You can't listen to the music, y'all. You know why? Because they get mad and they go, "You're trying to make money off the music, but y'all don't even pay me to watch." It don't matter. But if you do want to listen to the music, head over to Apple Podcasts, head over to Spotify, anywhere where podcasts listen to, and that's where you'll hear the music and you won't hear me talking. And then that'll just give you like a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's just a vibe. Nobody knows what that means. No. Let it. Y'all ready for the show? I got a great story, and I hope that it's a good story. It might not be that good. It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe Show. What's going on, beautiful people? My name's Kasabian Lavoe. Welcome back to the Kasabian Lavoe Show, live from Las Vegas. I'll be your host, Kasabian, with talent on loan from God. This is episode 268, I believe. We was confused. Something happened. 368. What two? What am I talking about? We almost in the 400s. And then I'm going to start to say we almost in the 500s. But we in there. No, seriously, we are in there. What's up, Loner? I missed you last episode. It didn't go that good, but I didn't know that you weren't here because I thought that I was like all dolo with no B mic. That's how I feel. Just Monday. Let's get into all these wonderful topics that we have. Big Act. We're gonna put some respect on Academic's name today. Big Act is beefing with NLE Choppa. We'll talk about that. Rich homie Quan, did he invent the deluxe album? No, but we'll talk about it. Excuse me. Streaming wars continues as now Hulu is merging with Disney Plus, as well as Uber was hacked. Hurricane Fiona hit Puerto Rico. We'll definitely give you an update and let you know what's going on over there in Puerto Rico. Maybe I should push record. That'd be great. Get this video recorded. We'll also talk about Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey giving $1,000 to residents of the Marcy projects in Brooklyn, and why, right? That's kind of cool, right? And then I got a couple topics for Wednesday that we're going to talk about. Something with Tony Shea and a story with the Shaka. The Shaka story is kind of mind-boggling. Shaka is Ludacris's manager, and Shaka was shot. Apparently he wasn't. I don't know. We'll talk about it on Wednesday. I thought yeah, but what I'm saying is that they're gonna make him one. We'll talk about it. Streaming wars is now, it's everywhere. And if you're not ready for streaming wars and you're not ready for nothing, it's Monday, and here on the Kasabian Lavoe Show, we do Mental Health Mondays. I have to stop procrastinating with this album, and that's what my issue is. And I have to face it. And I really don't know where to face it. One, listening to my old music is cringy, but I know I got to put it out because of the money. Like, can't front. Do I want to make new music? I do. But I'm just not inspired at the moment, and I don't want to put out bad music. So let me put out the stuff that was made to be, listened to and enjoyed. but I have to do it. I don't want to take pictures for the new album cover. I don't want to promote it as heavy as I should. And yeah, I'm dragging my feet. I'm dragging my feet, and it's getting fuck. I just gotta put it out. I gotta put it out. It's bothering me. I had a long week. I'm gonna have another long. It's gonna be a bunch of long weeks from here out. But I gotta put out the album and maybe some new music, just like single wise. I don't know. I don't know. It's just lingering right now. It fucking something I have to do. It's been in the back of my head. With everything going on, I just don't have time. Really don't even feel like I have time for it. My bad. Shit. Came from the soul. I got asthma. Listen, I want to tell a story about my neighbor. And the only reason I'm telling this story is just because it just randomly crossed my mind. I think that and I'm not saying which neighbor or where. This was actually from my last neighborhood. So that's the only reason I'm even telling it now, because I ran into him and I was like, oh, I should tell a story about what happened. So a couple years ago in my old neighborhood, one of our neighbors came to the door and asked for eggs. It was so random. She just knocked on the door. She's like, hey, you got eggs? And I was like, wow, I've never even spoken to anybody. Since I moved to the suburbs, we don't knock on each other's door. Well, we did. But I mean, I ain't know you. It was weird. And you know how women have like signs for like abuse? I Googled, do you have some eggs, to see if that was like some type of abuse thing. It wasn't. I don't know what the fuck was going on. It was just fucking weird, man. Lady was asking for goddamn eggs, and I'm like, who the fuck asked for eggs? What'd you say? I am getting to the album. Okay. After the lady asked for eggs, a couple months later, I think you know what? Maybe I shouldn't tell this story until like I write it down to not make it seem worse than what happened. I think we're gonna do that. All I know is that they built the 7-Eleven and she started to do candy and things got nasty. I just might as well not even tell that story. NLE Choppa wants to cheat in peace, and his 30-year-old girlfriend's in the way of stopping that 19-year-old boy from getting his rocks off. NLE Choppa is a young rapper in which has he's weird. That kid went from being, I'm not going to talk about guns no more. It's like the first song that he released after saying that he wasn't going to talk about guns was talking about guns. Then he's got like an older girlfriend. She's like 10 to 12 years his senior. And he just wants to go and clap cheeks everywhere with no responsibilities, in which he can because he's a child. He don't give a fuck. He's 19. She's crying. And then our job is to cover these things. If it's all over the internet, we're going to cover these things. And the only reason I say we is because this is me covering it and now covering the fact that Big Ack, DJ Academics, say it with some fucking respect, Big Ack and little NLE Choppa are beefing, you know, because of this story. And Ack didn't really do anything bad. Like, people want to go with Ack like it's easy to go at Ack. Let's be clear. Ack's been in this game now for over 12 years. You cannot go at Ack. Ack is not to go at. And if you're not paying attention to what Ack is doing, Ack is moving into a whole different demographic. He's getting the fuck away from you rappers. Stop playing with him. Yo, that boy was 5 years old when Academics was doing YouTube. Like, what are we talking about? Stop. Bro, Ack is not to play with. Ack is Big Ack. Put some respect on his name. I've been on his damn Spotify page all weekend. He finally got a solid string of like good interviews, which I mean, it's going to come and go. I think Ack can hold a show without having interviews. But this whole idea that these rappers are going to come and like shut down Ack, like what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You ain't shutting down Ack. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Then he had Rich Homie Quan on. And Rich Homie Quan said that he is the reason why people do deluxe albums. He just called it Reloaded. Rich Homie Quan, you are not the reason why deluxe albums exist. You're not the reason why people do deluxe albums. I didn't even know that was a deluxe album. But let me tell you, deluxe albums have been happening for many, many, many years. And although I do think you're a great rapper, you did not invent the fucking, no, that's not a thing. That wasn't what you did at all. Like, not even a little bit. What else? Yeah, I think he did. I think the asking for eggs thing was like her way of saying, help, he's trying to murder me. And I was like, what? You want to do what? That was really it. And I thought that today's episode was going to be light because like the Puerto Rico thing was kind of heavy. And then Jay-Z and them giving money was kind of cool. I didn't want to talk about anything else. But here we go. Let's get into all these stories. Honestly, if I really talked about my mental health, it's in the shitter. But I'm all right. I'm not too bad. I just got to release that album and stop procrastinating. I got to FaceTime Loner and do it that way. Let's get into Hulu and Disney merging. I've been talking about streaming wars because this is going to start to affect how we do everything. Netflix is leaving the binging. I guess, didn't they create the binging model? Should say we can call that the Netflix model is the binge model. Netflix is moving away from that. They're going to go to weekly episodal. They want to keep you on. There's a reason why they do 13 episodes, because then they keep you on for one extra month as opposed to just keeping you on for 4 months and you can cancel. They do a lot of tricks and a lot of bullshit to keep you hanging. To be honest with you, 95% of Netflix is bullshit and they charge way too fucking much. And now they want to have ads and charge you even more. It just shows that they're getting greedy because they have nothing. This happens with everything. It's going to be a weird transitional time where a bunch of companies disappear and you might see a lot of little companies up here and provide better quality content. At the moment, I don't think that content is bad. I just think that they're not prepared for how much content they have to release. It's expensive to keep up with streaming today because your shit doesn't last. And yeah, you could probably make people wait. But at the same time, I would rather wait the 12 weeks until you're finished showing me the whole shit and then I just watch it by myself and binge it. Like, I don't care to watch it when you want me to watch it. And I will cancel my fucking account and come back when I want to. Like right now, I cancel Hobo. I don't feel like I need Hobo Max. There's nothing on there. There ain't been shit for a minute. Love Thor or whatever the fuck. No, that was Disney. So I'm saying that Disney got mostly everything right now. Hulu got everything. Hulu's like TV too. So Hulu is like probably one of the better services with the most variety. No, because then you start Discovery Plus. You see what I'm saying? God damn it. Discovery Plus is really, 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 really good. I like Discovery Plus. Paramount's not bad. Peacock's fucking solid. Peacock has some like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shows. Like the filming, the ambiance of like every show is so warm and inviting. They do such a great job of like that great picture perfect picture. You see what I'm saying? And then you go to Netflix and it's like a fucking show from France and everybody's like, oh, merci beaucoup, no, mon ami. And you're like, what is happening? And it's like some fucking kidnapping movie and you got to read the man jumped. You know, we got fucking time for that. Put out better content, pay these people more money so you can get better content. There's so much content that could be filmed and put out there, but they have to invest. They're starting to just narrow down. If you really think about TV, most of TV is back catalog. Not all TV is new, and the most new shit that you can see on TV is the news. I mean, it's kind of what podcasting has done for entertainment, right? It's filled in the blanks. But even with that, we have millions and millions of podcasts just to keep up. And how many fans are cross fans? Like, we really don't compete for fans. It's not really a thing in podcasts. Everybody kind of has a spot because you listen to it whenever you want to. So you can have that cross promotion thing. I mean, little by little, these podcasts are going to become your new talk shows, your new go-tos. Like the Joe Budden podcast is for sure. It is The View. Like, I know they don't want to say it, but that's what that is. It's like a weekly roundup show with a bunch of our older uncles, and it's fun to listen to, and it's a staple, right? It's necessary. You could run that now on some type of television network. Like, that's the goal for my show. I'm trying to get this shit on TV when it's 3 or 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. I want them to just run it and get me paid. Put this on the radio. Run it, get me paid. That's the point of having the back catalog. A lot of the streaming services, they might have back catalog, but nobody gives a fuck. It's a one-time deal. You can't force me to watch Martin for 72 weeks anymore. I'm going to watch Martin for as long as I want to, and I'm going to move on. It's going to get harder and harder for them to provide, and it's going to get harder and harder for them to have at least a structure that will hold. Man, it's going to be like a time value. Bro, HBO has to do what podcasters are doing and what content creators are doing. It's pretty amazing. So they got to take their money now, scale that shit 10, 20, 30x just so they can compete, so that they can put more content up there, better content, better quality content, better bitches, better business, better No, I'm sorry. Stupid fucking meme is all over the goddamn internet. But no, that's what they got to do. They have to invest into their company and really start pumping out content, even if it's 10, 11 shows at a time. And they start doing it kind of how like Comedy Central just kind of throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. You got to do what you got to do. With all these companies merging, all you're going to see is a bunch of shows disappearing and nobody gives a fuck about, and then a bunch of shows getting shoved down your throat and you're going to get forced to watch. Like, let's not have another You situation. That shit was trash. Let's get to the story out of Variety. Disney's looking to gain synergies of scale, created a new advertising platforms team merging that companies' advertising technology and production operations, including Hulu's, into a single team. That sentence sounded like I had a stroke. The Walt Disney Direct-to-Consumer and International Technology Group's new advertising platform team will be led by Jeremy Heflin. That's a cool name. Previously Hulu's VP and head of advertising platforms, which he joined in 2018. The group brings together the existing Hulu and DTCI advertising. Okay, if you don't understand how this streaming shit works, it's ran by advertising. Whoever has the best advertising formula, model, and algorithm that works is gonna always dominate. So whoever can figure out how to run ads, not interrupt the user, but still provide ad service for advertisers and are able to sell and make money, they're gonna crush it. Advertising products and technologies teams to develop strategies, technologies, tools, and products for linear TV streaming and digital advertising across media conglomerates. What's basically gonna happen, if you've ever watched QVC, or you ever watch some type of like at-home sales show on a Saturday or Sunday late night where they shrink the box and you have like a small area of TV and there's writing and there's a bunch of shit going on all over the TV. That's kind of how ads are going to happen, so that you don't have to now pay for no ads or ads. Like, they're not going to interrupt your show, but they're going to show you that there's something going on. And I guess you could pay to turn that type of shit off because it's annoying as fuck. But I mean, whoever comes up with the next way to have advertising integrated into streaming is going to change the game. And Disney's basically putting all their money on buying every fucking thing they can and creating a whole new system, including an algorithm, including computers that will always crunch and see what people are watching, what people are learning from. Like, they're creating like a live TikTok. It's fucking crazy. The consolidation move aligns the ad tech side of Mouse House with an Wait up. Mouse House is dope as shit. And how come I've never heard, we don't cover this part? Is this all new? Sorry. Mouse House with its undefined structures of Disney advertising sales under the president Rita Farrow, who now oversees Hulu ad sales. And Disney's slick, bro. Disney will buy you out and then just throw a manager over there and be like, here, this person's going to take over this shit. Advertising is a critical, important aspect of Disney's business, and the future of advertising requires a new level of viewer-first innovation powered by the industry's most advanced TV and platforms. This is the kicker, right? What are they going to come up with, though? What is going to happen? How much bigger is Disney going to get? Disney owns Fox. Hulu basically, I really don't even know how Hulu came about in this fashion, because Hulu started off just as a way to watch like everyday TV the next day, especially for people that didn't want to have cable. Like, I didn't have cable. I didn't have time for cable. I like streaming. It was dope. It works for my lifestyle. Hulu actually introduced to regular TV to you. It was awesome to have something that was always providing regular people TV or whatever, but I didn't have to have cable for it and shit. And ever since TV went HD, you couldn't even get news. So you had to literally go online to find out what the fuck was going on in the news. And I got hiccups again. Anyway, TV's changing, streaming's changing. There's going to be like 3 big streaming content platforms and a bunch of little ones that are like off-brand, like Zeus. That's what I see happening in the near future. It's going to be interesting. I'm telling you, Hulu works for people that don't want to have cable. Like, what the fuck's the point of having cable? You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying that bill. I got internet. All I need is my Wi-Fi and YouTube, and I figured it out. Let's get an update on Hurricane Fiona in Puerto Rico. This is out of USA Today. This update was from 2:19 p.m. September 19th, 2022. Hurricane Fiona smashed through Puerto Rico early Monday with pouring rain and winds that triggered mudslides, catastrophic flooding, and a power outage that swept across the entire island. More than 1,000 water rescues were performed and more were underway. Governor Pedro, I'm going to ruin your last name, Paralucci, said even the storm made landfall Monday in Dominican Republic, and it continues to slam Puerto Rico with unrelentless rains. The National Weather Service of San Juan urged residents to move to higher ground immediately. Heavy rainfall and catastrophic flooding continues across much of Puerto Rico, said Richard Basach. I'm not saying that right. A specialist with the National Hurricane Center. The Aqueduct and Sewer Authority said almost 800 customers were without drinking water services. The entire power grid across the U.S. territory of 3.2 million people went down on Sunday, putting everyone in the dark. Only a fraction had regained power on Monday, and power distribution company Luma, who nobody fucking likes, Luma Energy, warned that it could take several days to restore power fully because of the magnitude of the outage. But in quotes, they said, "We do have the equipment and tools to respond to this event." Lands and saturated rivers are overgrown areas that are flooded, and those are the worst areas. The streets are still impossible. Please stay safe and consider first responders and rescue personnel who have done a titanic job to save lives. The rain will continue to produce life-threatening catastrophic floods along with mudslides and landslides across Puerto Rico, said Brian Rehart, a hurricane specialist in the National Hurricane Center of Miami, adding that life-threatening flash floods and urban flooding is likely for eastern portions of the Dominican Republic. We got to pay attention to everybody that's out there right now. It's not just a Puerto Rico thing. Unfortunately, Puerto Rico has just horrible structure. Puerto Rico infrastructure, I should say. From power, water, land. I mean, Puerto Rico needs such a big investment. I really don't know what the fix is. I say this over and over. It's just going to take money. There's really no way to fucking say this. It's going to take money. A huge investment. And lots of money. Lots of fucking money. Please, do what you can to help out the islands. This isn't new. This is something that I ask myself too. I'm 35. Every fucking August, it's the same shit. At some point, we do have to think, is it worth still being there? Like, we have to be adults. Like, if a hurricane comes every fucking August, we can't be like, oh my God, it's coming again. Like, no, we know that. So what's the solution? I don't know. I don't think anybody's prepared for that one. Zoos don't need more investors. Zoos needs better shows. Once Zeus puts together better shows, the money will come. So what they need to do is hit up Big Daddy Lavoe to come pull up and show them what time it is. Uber was hacked. So if you had some weird miscellaneous shit going on in your Uber account, oh, that wasn't what happened? I don't know what happened. Stories out of CNN. Uber has been linked to the cybersecurity incident it disclosed last week to hackers affiliated with La Pousse gang and group accused of numerous high-profile corporate data breaches. The company also said the attackers were able to download or access company Slack messages and invoice-related data from the internet tool. So Slack is like an acronym for some shit, but it's like the messages that they pass along to each other in the back, the IT people, for when they have escalated issues. In a blog post on Monday, Uber said the attackers first gained access to the company's system when they successfully convinced the contractor to gain a multi-factor authentication challenge. The contractor's network password had likely been obtained separately on the dark web marketplace, Uber said. From there, the attacker accessed several other employee accounts, which unfortunately gave the attacker elevated permission to numerous tools, including G Suite and Slack. The blog post said the attacker am I supposed to not say that? All right, whatever. The attacker posted a message to the company's wide Slack channel. Oh, what the fuck is a Slack channel? Which many of you saw, and reconfiguring Uber's open DNS to display a graphic image to employees on some international sites. The attacker did not access user face. This is where the bullshit starts. The attacker did not access user-facing systems, user accounts, databases containing personal information, or the code that powers Uber's products, the company said, but it added the investigation is continued in coordination with law enforcement and multiple cybersecurity firms. They for sure got your information. Don't let them lie to you. You telling me somebody got into the whole fucking system and didn't look at the user's information? You are fucking full of shit, allegedly. Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z have I'm not a fan of crypto in this fashion because I believe crypto is a fun thing to do when you have money, but because crypto is so emotional, it's not a good thing to teach people that are in poverty about crypto. But nonetheless, Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z held classes in the Marcy projects in which They gave everybody that went to the classes $1,000 in crypto. Let's talk about this. Came out of Vibe magazine. You know, it's hip hop. We gotta do hip hop. You know, hold on. I'm getting mad notifications, yo. What is happening? You know what I don't like? The new notifications. They are so fucking hard to access. It is so weird. I don't get it. Okay, good. I'm glad we understand each other. Like, it's so fucking random. People still need knowledge on things. People do need knowledge on things, but the real issue in that neighborhood is just work. Period. It is not investing. The Bitcoin is not going to cure the hood's issue. The biggest problem in the ghetto is work. The misconception that working makes you a lame. The misconception that having a bank account is going to get your money taken. The misconception that owning a home is a bad thing. That's what the hood needs. The hood needs help buying housing. The hood, if you turn those buildings in Marcy into condos and sold them instead of rent them out, sold them to everybody, made that a co-op, you would change their lives probably forever. But you don't, because you know what the solution would be to help that neighborhood, and you take a loss to help them. This ain't that. But anyway, stories of the vibe. Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey's Bitcoin Academy program has wrapped as the duo gives residents of Brooklyn, New York's Marcy projects $1,000 in Bitcoin each. Business Insider reported that the course ended with the businessmen personally airdropping adult participants First off, you airdrop? I'm going to let Susan tell it. The adults participating a parting gift that employs them to make their own financial decisions. In a statement from Gloria Carter, Jay-Z's mother and president and co-founder of the Sean Carter Foundation, she thanked the people from Brooklyn for showing up and taking advantage of the opportunity to prepare the next generation. Marcy residents showed up. The over 350 people who attended the Bitcoin Academy class lets us know that this education is important to them and that this matters. Miss Carter said, "What also matters is providing necessary resources," my bad, my mouth ain't working, "such as dinner, childcare, devices, internet access, dedicated staff, and instructions so that many people as possible can participate in person and online. I am so grateful that the community came together to make this happen, and especially to all the class participants who are now more empowered to make their own financial decisions with greater knowledge. Knowledge is power. It is up to you and everyone who participated to empower and prepare the next generation." Dorsey and Hove launched the Bitcoin Academy in collaboration with Black billionaires and crypto blockchain plug earlier this summer, offering free courses on digital currency and how to get started. The duo made the 12-week program exclusively available to the residents of the Marcy housing. The housing project the 444 rapper was raised in. That is hip hop. Wait. It's at the bottom. It's so easy. What you mean? I'm confused. What's at the bottom? Oh, you mean right now, like to buy crypto? That's the fucked up part. You giving them $1,000 of the worst portion of fucking crypto available. It's not even a full Bitcoin. You know what I mean? We're talking about this is to Shitobis. You know what I'm saying? It's the shit that Joe did to Rory and Maul when he gave him a bunch of Shitobis. It wasn't even a full Bitcoin. Dead ass. Honestly, the fix in bad neighborhoods is ownership. Once you teach everybody in the bad neighborhood to, it's at the bottom, it's so easy. Oh, no, fuck you. It's not easy because, like, it stacks and you can't open this. So you can open the stack. I didn't know that. All right, well, that's the show. That is the show. My name's, no music. I turned it off. No music. That's the show. I'm gonna go play video games with my friends. My name's Kasabian. Live in the moment, don't live in the past. Be safe, stay dangerous. Lavoe loves you. Wine.